have debts. We have debts to the Segurança Social. They said here, the tax that you have been done by the company is this. It began in March, and the last it was in November.
November, yeah.
This is the declaration.
Okay.
This is the declaration that have been done to Segurança Social.
Okay.
And the guy said that in November was not paid nothing of this. Let me see one thing.
What's on what page?
No, this is what I are for do the payment. These two process. And this process are of November.
Okay, because he said he paid this amount.
He said that he paid.
Yeah, this is the bank payment.
Yes, but something are not well. Let me see one thing. Godwin. This payment was done at 5 of this year. Of this month.
February, yeah.
So, perhaps the system don't do the information immediately. If the payment was done this month at 5,
Yeah.
today it is 10, 11, 12,
13.
13, it's normal that the information are not in the system yet.
Okay.
So, in the beginning, if the guy do this payment, and I believe that he do this payment,
Okay.
that it means perhaps more 5 days around that, the situation was resolved.
Okay.
Because the debt are there. But here we have the payment, so we must wait some days for see if the system clean this.
Okay.
I believe that the system clean this. Because it's not, if the guy only pay at 5,
Okay. Because this guy.
and this is the only debt that we have. There are nothing more.
Because this guy is a criminal. For him to write this, he know what he's doing, and for him to use this date, you cannot tell me why that date, because that date is the day the Seguridade Social starts this process. And you remember, I came back on May 5, and on the 6th, I was here, I speak with you, and I go home, my brother died, and I go back to Africa. So I was not in Portugal. So if he want to claim that I make this, I was not in Portugal. How? Is it by email or by telephone or how? I was not in Portugal on this date.
For now, what is important is that the guy do this payment, because this payment are in debt, and this payment was since November of the
2018.
So, and with this payment, the company don't have any debts in the system.
Okay.
So about this, it's okay. This is the periods that are the information about your tax. Okay? This is the periods, and we don't have nothing more. Now, as the company are not working, there are no reason for you to do the payment. But anyway, the company must present some declarations. I think that it is in May. It must be done a declaration by a accountant to the financials.
Okay.
So,
because this guy, because do you know why? If you remember when you want to put my document, me and my wife, we go to Seguridade Social, we go to police judicial, police, we get all these documents, and you say that you don't need it, that you will file it, and they can make the investigation by themselves. That's why I have this document. So when I see that I never pay?
Yes, but it's checked. I'm checking and it's confirmed. Since March, April, May, June, July, August, September, no, October, November. It's okay.
So I have this. So when I see that I don't pay, my head go boom. Before I give in the paper, first I go to Seguridad Social again, and the Seguridad Social give me this paper again. When I go to him and he accept. So my question is this: if the accounting he make in finance was correct, where did money go when he don't pay it? What did he tell them you use the money for?
I don't know what agreement you do with the guy. When you contract this accountant, you do a contract with the guy, and you know what you agree with the.
Because even when I print this email, is my email to him in January. After I change my name, I change my address in finance, my address, because my address before was in Nigeria. I wrote in this email. I begged him.
Please have a look at the data and see to check if the company have any money for finance. I don't want to promise with the finance.
So I wrote in this email. So for him to manipulate me with this, he make a false translating. He explained what he don't like. He do this because he's afraid of problem. Do you understand me?
Yes, I understand.
So he's afraid of problem because I don't know why. If I never know what they're doing in the system, because if I don't pay the money, why they must say I pay? They cannot say so. Do you understand me?
Yes, I understand. But now what you must decide is, for now the company are going work or not?
The company will work if I have the reason, because the problem I have to stop the work is still there.
If you ask some business, you think that you have problems with that?
If I go back again to Nigeria to start the business again, what guarantee do I have that the same problem will not come again? Because I was also thinking the reason why that my nationality, Nigeria, is also a problem. I think so.
I don't know. It's normal. The last time that I was in conservatory, and I can tell you the day, because I put another process and I asked about some process, and your process is one of the process. And about your process, the guy said that they have the process investigation and stuff. But that it's normal. It's absolutely normal. I never had one process that the guys don't send to investigation to SEC.
Normally, every process
It's
go to SEC.
normal.
Every process go to SEC.
Every process go there. So about that, I'm not worried. Now, what we need is that the SEF finish the investigation for that the conservatory can finish the process. Only that. About this, we must try to understand what we want to do with the company. I do the beneficiary effective for the company. It's a new law and we do. So about that part, it's done. I do. I can give you. She
No problem.
past 6. If not, but I sent you by email. I do the resist of beneficiary effective. I do that. So now the next step is in May. It must be done the declaration of the financials. And if the company don't do nothing, it's okay. You can stay, the company stop. This address is your address, right?
Yes.
So, if some letter go to the address, there are someone that received the letter.
I can call Vera to go her house and check.
Okay. So, you can keep the company in this situation, and one day you must decide what you want to do with the company. About the guy, in my opinion, I think that I don't see reason for you are spending time and money with the complaint with the guy. This is not tricky, it's true. But I'm being honest, here the only thing that we can do is a complaint in the order of the guy. But I don't see, if the guy don't pay this amount, it's different. But the guy do all the payments. He do the payment with the delay, but he pay.
Yeah.
So about that, we don't have reason for the complaint. So in my way to see this is forgot this. Now the things are done, the things are okay, and try to decide what you want to do with the company.
Hello, Quackling.
Hello. How are you? So for me, as you said that I should wait for 1 month and let's see what's happening about nationality.
1 or 2 months. Meninas, quando é que foi a última vez que eu estive na conservatória que eu entreguei? Foi nos centrais. Foi quando eu vi o processo do
A ver as nacionalidades?
Sim.
Eu vejo pelo processo da minha.
Sim, olha, saiu 2 dias antes do processo da sua cunhada.
Não, o doutor teve lá no dia a seguir veio a certidão.
Sim. I tell you the last date because I put a new process and we have the information about the day that I ask about your process. Because the information that you see in the system, forgot, that is not true. What the guys put there don't have. Mas já foi em janeiro,
Não, em janeiro foi.
Foi em janeiro. It was in January that I was there.
Vou confirmar, mas acho que sim. Foi.
It must be in January because it was a new process of Nova Delhi. Desculpem.
Eu percebi.
Foi em janeiro porque eu fui meter um processo que vinha de Nova Delhi.
Eu percebi. Foi a 22 de janeiro, você teve lá no dia 21 de janeiro.
So, at 21 of January, I ask about your process. And the information that I have in that date is this process are in investigation with SEP. And in that time, I ask how long the process are in investigation for that I can have any information. And the guy said around 3 months. So, more 2 months. 21 January, 3 months. Let's wait after the end of the month.
Because me, to be honest with you,
You are tired of this. I understand.
everything because even
Everything is-
even the account of the company, I have to pay 16 euro every month to the bank for nothing. For doing nothing, I pay my internet, the internet for the company. I make a contract for 3 years. Every month I pay 24 euro.
It's only pay. This company is only expensive.
So everything I do, I pay my house, I pay my electricity, I do everything, but did nothing.
Let's wait around. I cannot promise the date for the process of the nationality because that don't depend of me. And even I do a request about that part, the Portuguese law, it was complicated because this process, they can say that they have the process in investigation 1 month or 1 year. I cannot do nothing about that. So, as they tell me that the process are working in investigation in January, let's wait at the end of March. Anyway, every time that I go to the conservatórias, I have a list in my phone, and every time I ask about the process. Because I know what we see in the internet, it's not true. That information is fake.
So I don't understand Portugal, believe me.
I explain you why that happened. We are near the eleições, to elections. And the government must show to the people that they are doing many things. And they create that system. What that system do? That system go to the computer in the process but they don't have the system. Well, they begin the process, and after they don't put nothing more in the computer. So the information that you read there is not true.
Because this my process, they start the process on November.
I know, I must see. The
Because-
information that are in it's not true.
Because my wife she don't believe me anymore. I must be honest. She said to me, because when I said to her that the process is in the, where is that document?
I put the process 1 week around after report.
No, I don't have her because okay, it's in the phone. She said to me, go to another lawyer. She's lying to you. Where is my wife? My wife.
No, I'm not lying. And no
She's-
lawyer can do different because this don't depend of us.
You see, it said 20 days to analyze and send to self. 30 days minimum. 90 days self have to answer. On August, it was in police. She told you, or they think we are stupid. There is law. Self answered long time ago. They don't come with the stories. I said, okay, don't worry. She sent me this document. He said, this is the law.
In this kind of process, forget the law because the conservatoria and the last year there are many tracks in the conservatorias. All these processes are always very slowly, and because the period of the investigation, sometimes the investigation are not only done by SEF. Sometimes the guys send the process to the Interpol.
Yeah.
So they have the time that they want, because if they have Interpol are 2 years doing this investigation, the Portuguese government said, I don't have nothing to see with this.
Yeah, but,
we send to the investigation.
But that is why things are not working properly in Portugal. Because if you go to Germany,
It's
there's a law that when you send this letter, somebody must answer you. And he have time. If you go to Swiss, they have time to answer a letter. But in Portugal, you can send a letter, nobody answer you, and nobody say nothing.
but in Portugal, it is possible to do the legalizing process and the nationality process, and if you go to the other countries in Europe, the guys don't do the process.
Like
That is why we have so many processes. And in Portugal we have another problem, is the Brazilians. And that is why the law go change really. Because we have a law with 3 or 4 years that said that the guys whose the grandfather or grandmother was Portuguese, they can apply the nationality. So the Brazilians, they have many problems in Brazil. They come to Portugal, and as they speak the language, and they don't need to do any proof of school because they speak Portuguese. Many of them are in the past the grandmother or grandfather, so that people apply the nationality in a big amount. So our service are not prepared for that, and they block the system. And that is why the government said we must change this.
But for me, I think we have to, because if you tell me that I
But you
should,
have everything for the guys give you the nationality. In your case, if you don't have problems with the police, if you don't have,
which problem?
I don't know.
I have a
If
police.
you don't have problems with the police, you have all the conditions for the guys give you the nationality.
When I want to make an application for the nationality, I go to the police.
And we must send the criminal report. I remember that there are a delay with the birth certificate, but after I sent.
Yes. No, I give you the police report of Portugal, you say you don't want.
Yes, because the guys check.
Because I bring this and I bring it, you say you don't want this, you don't want police. So where did I have the problem? Except to the only the person I have a problem is
This
Mr.
is what
Osvaldo.
I'm telling you. If there are no problems with the criminal report,
It's only
you
Mr.
have all the conditions
The
for to obtain
only
the
person I have problem with is Mr. Osvaldo. And I know, maybe not now, but we will still go to court. Me and Osvaldo, we will still go.
But you wait so long, so let's do more 3 months in this process. I believe that in 2-3 months the process are working. If the process are stopped, this month, in the end of the month, I go again to the conservatory because I have another process to check and to put in conservatory. And every time that I go there, I ask for being informed about the process. So let's wait a little more. Because in your case, it's normal. It's nothing special. It's absolutely normal. And about this, we see that was paid. Anyway, next week I will check again because this must be clean. Next week I check.
Okay.
Next week I check. I go put in my schedule. If not, I forgot. But I put in my schedule for Andrea. Next week check this information and give me the position of the process. Because this is the only thing that we have. We don't have nothing more. And I don't have any doubt that this is about this. Because you have here the number of the process. It's the same process. If you see,
No.
it's the same process.
Yeah,
It's the same. So the guy do the payment, it's okay. They must clean this and everything is okay.
no problem if he.
And I apply $30 of debt. Now I apply a $30 of debt. They send to your email around 10 days, more or less.
To my address.
Yes, to your address.
No, I'm around. I'm in Portugal. I plan because, believe me, the way my wife is knocking my head, she says because of you don't make problem with the lawyer, that's why she sit down in the office. She don't do nothing. So she said to me,
It's not true.
because she's believe me, my wife is depressed. I'm honest.
Yeah.
She's depressed because she see like the money we have, we throw it away.
And I understand.
For now, she's in France. She work in France. She go to work in France. She's depressed. She's asking me why you don't want to take the problem of the embassy to the, because last time when I told her that we have made a translation, we are going to take it to the prosecutor. She said she's lying. This lawyer is lying to you. She have to take it there. They have to give you some money back because how can you take the money you have and spend it for business? Never work.
I understand that, Godwin, but in Portugal everything take many time. And in your case, if we go press something, we can create problems to your nationality. And we wait so long, so wait a little more.
I thought because she said to me, asked me to come back. I told her I will be back. She said to me, you have to wait. If the woman don't want to do nothing, like after we spoke that day, I called her. I said to her, yeah, we have to wait another month. She said, fuck.
It's
what?
normal.
She said, what the?
For a nationality process, it's normal. I understand that position, but for a nationality process, it's normal. We have processes that are waiting 3 years.
The process must have a problem. The person must have a problem.
This kind of process, it's normal. And we cannot do nothing because if I do a request, the time that the guys give me the answer to the request is more 6 months. For now, everything are normal. We must wait, I understand that, but there is nothing that we can do. There is not. For now, there is nothing that we can do. We must wait a little. And if I see that the process are stopped, the last time in January, I asked about your process. The guy said, the process are in investigation with SEF. Okay, how long the process are there? Around 3 months. Okay, it's normal. 3 months is nothing special. Imagine that I go there in March and I ask, what happened with this process? Where are these processes? Are in the conservatoria? No, the process are in SEF. How long the process are in SEF? The process are in SEF since 6 months. Well, in that case, I must begin to think why the process are so many time in SEF. Perhaps it's better, I think, to do something, a request, for try to understand why the process are so long in the SEF. But for now, 3 months, it's nothing else.
Because even I spoke with I was in the embassy, I spoke with Collins. He was asking me about the business because he knew about Osvaldo issue. Because even he will call Osvaldo to ask Osvaldo what is the problem. Osvaldo lied. But Osvaldo don't know that the Collins was with evidence in his face. He called him on the phone. He lied. He closed the phone. So now I was there last week and we are talking. He asked me who is my lawyer. I called their name. He tried to call you on the phone, but the day you go to France. Then he
At
asked
7, I go to France in 7.
Then he asked me to tell you if me and you can come to the embassy to see him. I said I will ask you if you have time, because he was asking me what is holding my business, what my lawyer is doing, and they asked me about nationality. He told me that he asked me, where did you put your nationality? I said, it's my lawyer who put it. I don't know the place. He said to me, he hoped not in Lisbon. He said, if you put your nationality in Lisbon, maybe 5 years' time, because he said to me, him and the director of SEF, they talk all the time, they know each other, and the man told him that the way they do the job, they have so many states in Portugal. If Lisbon have 2 million people, they will say, okay, from Lisbon, give us 20 process. If Satuba have 1 million people, say, okay, give us 10.
But the nationality process are done in another way. We have 2 big conservatórios, Lisbon and Porto. And there are few little conservatórios. Some process of nationality can be done in any conservatórios, but the process by merit only can be done in 2 conservatórios. Let me explain. Your process began in Torres Vedras, because I know the conservadora.
I don't know the place.
I never put process in Lisbon. I only put process in Lisbon when the conservadora, it was Laura Ramirez, it's a cousin of my husband. And when I have the chance to put the process directly to her, I put. But the system, we put the process and they distribute the process. So I cannot be sure that the process go
To her.
to her. So what I do is, I put the process in Torres Vedras, because I know the conservatory. I talk with the ladies in conservatory. And in your case, your process cannot stay there. The process can come to Lisbon or to Porto. They prepare all the process there in Torres Vedras. All the process. They ask to set the information. And they inform Lisbon that they are waiting the result of SEP. When the result of SEP comes, the result to go to Torres Vedras, they put the decision near the process, they give an opinion, and they send to Lisbon. Because the article by merit only can be concluded in Lisbon or in Porto. Another process can be concluded in another conservatory. It's depend of the article. Some conservatórios have one method, and others have another method. Lisbon and Porto have all the methods. But we don't want to do the process in Lisbon or in Porto, because there are a lot of process. When the process comes to Torres Vedras, they send the process like that. It's almost done. It's only the conservador read and sign. Because if I'm waiting that the guys in Lisbon check the process, But anyway, it is Lisbon that gives the decision in your process. Lisbon or Porto. But it's not Lisbon or Porto that work in your process. Who work your process is Torres Vedras. But the finish is Lisbon or Porto. Because the computation is only in Lisbon or in Porto. Anyway, another kind of process of nationality are deciding, and in Torres Vedras, for example, if you apply because you live here more than 5 years, that kind of nationality is not done in Lisbon. Can be done in Lisbon, but another conservatory can do. Why this specific process came to Lisbon? Because investigations. The guys must check if the married are fake or not.
They can do anything they want.
But the reason that this kind of, well, we know that there are many marriages that the guys buy the marriage. It's true. We know in all the European.
But let me tell you. The self have to be blamed if when the time they give a resident, they need to do investigation, right?
Yes.
So if they do investigation before and get convinced, why must it change after?
One thing is to obtain the card because you are married. Another thing is to obtain the nationality. And let me explain you one thing. It's not only the Portuguese government that decide this. It's also always all the Schengen space.
Yeah, they have to because
it's not only the Portuguese law.
You have to check somebody first. Because if you want to check somebody, you have to check with fingerprint. And your face after 5 or 10 years can change, but your fingerprint remain the same. Because I know some people that say that they refuse to give them residence because they have a problem in another country.
Yes, I have some clients.
Yeah, they have a police problem.
That is why I always ask to my clients, tell me the truth. Because if I know the truth, for example, I have here one client, it was you that sent Henry. I think that it's you that sent me Henry. The guy in the beginning, he don't tell me the story. Now I'm sure that I do the process for the guy. But if they tell me the story since
this guy, Humphrey, the guy I sent to you was Humphrey, the big guy.
Yes.
You have his nationality.
No. This is the guy that I'm talking. He don't have.
Humphrey, the big guy.
Yes.
He paid you €50. Wait, I'll show you his picture. Because he came to you, he asked you to check his process, but you don't say nothing to him. I will show you.
I have one client, it's Henry. The name of the guy is Henry. And I think that it's you that give my contact. And the guy arrived and he said me that he wants a car because he's married with a Portuguese lady. But he don't told me all the story. And now I'm doing the process, but not because he's married with a Portuguese girl. I'm doing the process because he have one son in Portugal. And the boy are studying.
Okay, the one you're saying, you're talking about the guy, he's from prison?
Yes.
Okay, I was thinking you're talking about this guy. I sent you this guy.
I don't remember that face. It's not that guy. No, I'm talking about it.
I know. The wife is living somewhere here.
And now I believe that I obtained the car for the guy, but he don't told me all the story since the beginning. And
I only bring 2 people to you. I send you this guy for nationality. I send you the other guy who came out from prison here in Portugal.
I remember Henry because I'm doing the process of Henry. The another guy.
So this guy, he came to you. You tell him you will check, but you never check. He said you never say nothing. Then he go to another lawyer. The lawyer asks him how long the process, because he's here more than 8 years or 9 years. the lawyer took him to the conservatory and asked about the process. They look and they said the guy will call you. He will hear from us in 2 weeks, and after 2 weeks, they call him on the phone. He go to Lisbon. They took him upstairs, asked his passport and everything. Then they give him paper to go and they make a passport. And he make.
And this guy was problems with in jail, and he obtained.
He was a problem in Switzerland.
When one of the conditions for to obtain the card is that there are no information in the Schengen space. If there are some information in the Schengen space, what we must do first is to clean the information.
No, this guy he have a problem, and he told me because he told me the truth. I said, okay, you can help. He told me how he was before in prison in Switzerland, and the process take 7 months.
But he obtained the card.
The citizen, yeah, this is the passport.
Something are wrong here because it's true. Trust in me, Fabian. All the Schengen space are open to the guys themselves. If in Portuguese law is clear, if you have problems with in the Schengen space and are in the system, they don't give you the card. The only way that we have for to resolve this, if you do something like what I'm doing with Henry, I say to Henry, open the activity, pass the receipts. Your wife don't have work. Your boy is Portuguese.
Yeah.
You need to support the life of your boy.
Yeah.
And the government Portuguese don't send you out. And they are obliged to give you the car. Even you have problems with in the jail. Because the boy depends on you.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, Henry, I know Ube. I know the guy. I bring him to you. I remember.
because we must do something to resolve this kind of situation. Because the law is clear. If there are informations in this system, forget. They don't give the card.
Okay.
And it's not the Portuguese law only. It's the law of all the Schengen space.
No, for me, they have all the right to call all the whole Schengen states because I never lived there. So I don't have anything with them. If they, even before they give you visa, if you want to apply for visa, they have to check.
Yes, yes.
If you have a problem with Schengen state, no.
Yes, yes. And they have access. They have access.
So
They check.
So if I have a problem with Schengen state, they don't give me
And
visa.
sometimes the guy said, "Oh, but the guys are in the same situation and he can obtain the card." It's depends. Each case is one case. When Harry told me that he was a boy, I said, "Well, stop. Tell me the story." I said, "I have one boy. The boy playing in the Benfica." I said, "Okay. How old is your boy?" "The boy are in school." "Yes, okay. So we resolve it another way." But it is important that the guys tell everything, because if they don't tell everything, they cannot do nothing. And in the case of Henry, he arrived here and he said, "I'm married with a Portuguese woman, so I want my car." Okay, I began to prepare the process. When I see the criminal reporters, I cannot do nothing. You have spent money and time. We cannot give you the car with this. And after he told me, and I tried to clean the criminal report of him. I tried to do that. But meanwhile, he told me, by any reason, he told me that he have one boy. And when he told me that he have one boy, I asked something more and more and more. Okay, we do the process in another way. But it is important that the people said everything. Because the Schengen space, all the information, they guys see. They guys see.
That's no
And
problem.
even Portugal want to give one card. Even the inspector of the SEF decide, I don't look. Forget that. Because each time that passport pass in the airport or the information arrives.
They know every time I travel. Like when I want to go back in September, they said to me, "Oh, you come back. It's not from this time." They know I come through France. So SEF knows Every time,
knows everything.
every time I go out and I come in, they know. Because when he said to me, oh, he tell me the date from the computer, I know, I didn't know. Even when I want to travel, he said, you come back. No, not why. He said, why do you travel all the time? Because he see about
Yes, they have information in the system.
they have everything.
And there are another entity that have all the information, it's the financials. Because each time that your card, your credit card,
Buy something,
the guys control.
yeah.
The guys
They know
control.
where you are, where you buy something.
That is why if, for example, if I do a work to you, but my saddle, my card,
Yeah.
don't enter in no place, okay, you can give me money and I don't pass to receive. But if I do something to your company with my number, forgot, the financials keep the information, and after they ask me, where is our
Tax.
our
Our
card?
tax, yeah.
They control everything, and the bank, every month, the bank sends to the financials,
Your activities.
yes.
Oh, but please try to because if I resolve this, because I don't know if you tell me
When
not,
you resolve the problem of your nationality, we can go with all the other things.
because if I resolve that problem, I believe if I'm writing a letter to I can resolve the business. I know. I know if because if I'm a Portuguese,
Let me, the next time, every time that I go to the conservatories, I try to know about the process. And this month, in the end of this month, I go again to the conservatory. And as soon as I have news, I tell you. And if I see that your process are more than 5 months in itself, if I see that the process are so long in investigation, I go try to understand why the process are so long there. But for now, 3 months is nothing special for me. Okay, and about this, Gavin.
no, if this man pay, if he pay, really?
Yes, there is my opinion. If the guy don't pay, it's different. But
No,
the guy do the payment for that.
even this is Osvaldo problem. I'm telling you, if I will get assurance from foreign ministry to do my business, I keep it aside. But so, if you tell me that I will throw away my money like that because of one idiot, I'll say no. Really, if we resolve the problem of nationality, I would like we try to resolve this problem of embassy, because I understand very well that Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Extranjeros, they are the boss of the embassy.
When you have your nationality, we have done the translation of that process to Portuguese. When you have your nationality, we take that translation in Portuguese and we send to the newspaper.
No, because Fatima, let us be. If they will allow me to do my business, because what bring that problem is because of what they do to the business. You understand me?
Yes, I understand.
If the Ministry of Foreign Affairs will say, okay, you have to give us take an undertaking. If you bring people here and they don't go back, you have a problem. And I have to accept, because it's my responsibility. I never had the idea of bringing people not to go back. Like Mr. Isaac, the one who go to Germany all the time. Now we are speaking, he's calling me, he's in Germany. Germany gave him 2 years multiple visa.
Yes, and Portugal create problems.
And
there are no reason, because the guys in when you apply the visa for he
have many visas.
No, and the guys see in the system.
You know that this guy travel every time to Germany and go
They
back?
see in the system.
And they say that,
They see.
is outside. Who is
They see. If they don't have how to check, but they see. They enter in the system and they see this guy travel many times. He go and
and
go.
come back. So for me, please let's not because my wife after today I will call her again and tell her I tell her I've got another lawyer. Then I will tell her that I have got another lawyer and I will tell her what the lawyer say. To wait. She don't trust you anymore because when you say when you say to her that the process is the police, she said fuck. This thing is lost.
It's normal. It's normal. But this kind of situation, it's not. If you tell me 1 year the process in investigation, that is not normal. That is not normal. But 3 months in investigation, it's normal.
So I just pray that let's see if we can resolve this problem by the end of March. Because my fear, listen, I cannot tell my wife.
Godwin, for me, it's good if the guys finish the process of investigation.
Sorry to interrupt. Santos não vou estar aqui.
Eu espero bocadinho, tá bem?
Tá bem.
If in the end of the March they close the SEF investigation, for me it's okay. Because in Conservatoria I can pledge. In Conservatoria I can go there and say, oh please, see my process, I need a process, please.
Because I'm telling my wife of doing what can we what she was asking me what is my plan when I was coming back. I tell her that I will try to restart the company again. She asked me, have they give you assurance that you can do the business now? I said no.
No one can give you that insurance.
She asked me, have you taken the problem to court? I said no. She asked me, Godwin. No, she don't call me Godwin. That's the name she called me. You don't know this name. Ike. She said, Ike, are you out of your sense? That's the question. This is the way I say Ike. I say yes. He said, are you out of your sense? You throw away money. Some people pay you some money, so deposit for their traveling. You take this deposit, you put it in the Portuguese bank, and you use the money to pay tax for the government, and you have to pay these people back their money. Because I have I do the receipt to finance. Finance have the money,
Yes.
and I have to pay them back their money. And he said to me, so now you want to go and restart the business and take another money paying tax? That's why last time we were talking, I asked you, where will I get the money? That's the question, because the question, our discussion is what I asked you. If you hear when my wife is talking, my wife tell me that I take money paying for nothing for Portuguese government, and she have to go and be working somewhere else because she cannot find a good work here.
But your wife pay tax here in Portugal, right?
Now, no.
Nothing?
Now she work in France.
You travel, do some jobs and ask the bill with your fiscal number, okay?
With my fiscal number, yes.
Yes. I need that you prove the connection with the country, okay?
No, me. If they want,
And you have the contract of rent also, right?
I have contract of house. I have
Yes, you have-
I have contract of water. I have contract of electricity. I have contract of internet. Because if nobody is in the house, and if the contract is not in my account, I have a problem.
Yes.
So I put everything I have contract. I put it in even the house is in the account. So everything, all my payments go from account. So if you ask me to bring my proof of, if I don't have the paper, I have my account. How I pay.
Okay.
So everything
No,
goes there.
because one thing, they can, and sometimes they ask me, prove with some documents that your client have connection with Portugal. Sometimes they ask me.
My bank statement.
Sometimes they ask me.
My bank statement, if because
No, and your passport, you came many times.
if they check, I never failed to pay my bills. I never failed to pay my bills.
But that don't mean that you came and that you have connection. You can do the payments of the bills and don't have nothing to see. But in your case, it's not complicated because you come many times. You come many times.
they
The
are-
company.
They are frustrating me.
In your case, I'm not worried with that.
They're just frustrating me.
Next week, I go check Segurança Social again because now it's normal that the system have this information. You go out next week.
No, I'm in Portugal.
How many times you are coming? You are here.
Because me and my wife, what I told her before coming back, I told her that if I come back, I go to, because she said that the reason why you are not doing anything, because I go to Africa. So I said, okay, I will come and I will stay till the end of March. So when I come back and you tell me that the thing is in the police, she was crazy. She said, go to another lawyer. That another lawyer, I said, okay, I'll go.
If you want, you can go to another lawyer, Godwin.
That's what, because
But don't do nothing, don't resolve nothing, and don't do better than me because now the process are not with me.
so she was, my wife is just angry. She said to me that for going to 2 years, you work in Portugal, you don't make income. We make only expenses. So everybody should think of it.
Well, for now, by my side, what I must to do is to check next week and control the nationality process. As I tell you, I see in 21 of January, this month, in the end of the month, I go to a conservatory and I go check again and I try to control this. If I see that the process are stopped, I will try to press the process and try to understand why the process are stopped. For now, there are no reason for I think that the process are stopped. 2 or 3 months in SEF, it's normal. Absolutely normal.
Yeah, because
December no one work.
she said to me that SEF have 30 days minimum and 90 days maximum. 3 months.
That is for to give the card, and they don't do the time. The law said that for to give the card, and they don't do the things in the time. The guys wait around 6 months for they do the appointment. The appointment, baby. Today we began the process in the platform, and the guys must wait around 6 months. Or the law said 30 days, you see. So I go control the process.
See,
If
my
you
own-
are happy,
My own is to resolve because I think if I resolve the problem of nationality, I can resolve the problem of my business.
I understand that.
I can resolve the problem because let me put it. This business I go into, if I start it, I cannot make money. I cannot make big money in 1 year. I cannot make big money in 2 years. But I believe after 2 years, I will be a very big household name. Like a student coming for school excursion. One woman, she is in the US, but her office is in Abuja. This is where I got the stock ideas. This woman is making every holiday a hell of money. After holidays, she has some few clients, but during the vacation, September last year, she told me she have 1,300 students that travel to US.
After 1 or 2 years, the company have a credibility.
If you have a credibility,
All the tourism trips are done.
if what important in business is for you to deliver. What you say something like this thing happened with me and Osvaldo. is a big flap. You know, you make a publicity and people wanted to believe in you, everything collapse. I have two friends, they have school. Because you know that in Nigeria, the government school is shit. Government school?
Yes.
Now, the only school that's making money is private. And for you to have a private school, to make it good, you have people who can take students, but this is a trend now. People like to take their children to school, they go vacation outside, they will not have a problem of paying for visa or whatever. So if your school is having that, most people bring their children to their school. I have two friends who have school. They are still calling me to ask me, have I resolved my problem? Because if you have people can take your school children to vacation, if you have one school, you have another one. Because most of the time, so me, because in the southern Nigeria, no bother. And I said no.
Well, let's try to resolve the situation after this. About the guy in the family.
No, he was scared, but my old
Yes, perhaps if you don't go talk with the guy, perhaps you go to the government.
no, I just go to him and say to him, Papa, he asked me, when did they bring it? I said, I don't know, I traveled to Africa. He asked me, do I go to Sudan Social? I said, no, I talk to you first. I want to show you that I pay you the money. So if you say no, before I go to Sudan, it's okay. They do the payment. So for him to go and writing this, he's scared. I think he's scared because of no, but he lied because he said this. I will use the email.
No, but we see.
The email I sent to him.
This day, but he do the penalty.
This is the petition I have in Nigeria, my wire in Nigeria.
And it shows off the second.
It's a flood. The because the fraud I'm proving here, this is the evidence. Because if I say that I was not the one signing, they can say it's you. But here, when you are filling a form of somebody, you must indicate if the person is the age, and it's empty. It's empty. It's empty. So that's why they work with somebody in this office, corporate affairs, register business, because how can you approve this document? Because this person, this guy was 14 months when this thing was done. So can a 14 months write this? Not. So I know that I'm going to win them. Nigeria is a crazy country. We submit our petition evidence to the American embassy because she used it, this company document, to obtain visa. And the fraud. I was in the Netherlands embassy 2 days ago to submit the document there because she went to the Netherlands embassy with this document to obtain a visa. It's a fraud.
My God.
So please let us see, because the stress is the boyfriend of this woman have moved out more than $5 million out of the company's account. But you've got to check when we are waiting for the CAC, this government, to revise the decision on this document. When it comes back, then the woman must to do the statement of the company. And somebody must go to jail. So, do you see the stress I'm going through? I'm going through a lot of stress. Every day I have to take my BP properly. So I have to take my BP 4 times every day.
Okay, so we go talking. Okay, bye bye, baby.
Bye-bye.